Just seeing our first participants joining. Welcome back, Trish. Good to have you back. Jody, Vinty from UNSW, thank you for joining us. Ashling from the US, welcome. Jody, you're not late today. No, you're on time. So we've got a couple of seconds. So we just encourage you to just make sure you're feeling nice and comfortable and relaxed before we start this morning's Cred.15 session. Welcome, Lynn. Welcome people on their notebooks or their phones. Welcome from wherever you are joining us in the world today. And it's 8:15, so welcome to the Cred.15 at 8:15. My name is Ronan McDonnell, and I have the pleasure of welcoming you and introducing you to our call this morning. I'm joined by my co-host, Kendra Strudwick, who I will introduce to you in a moment. So Cred.15 is a space where we invite you to slow down for 15 minutes twice a day. And it's a space where we want to support you to focus, to feel more positive, to ensure you are prioritizing exercise and self-care, and you're feeling connected. We want to support you to build new habits and learn at this time as well. So we realize some of you are joining us at the end of your day, so maybe a time of reflection. Some of you are joining us at the start of your day, so it might be a time of focus and planning. Welcome to everybody. So before we get into today's session, a little bit of housekeeping. Everybody has joined on mute. We do want to make this interactive as possible, so we will pose some questions after some reflection and invite you to chat in the chat box. If you do want to hang around, we will be available for a few minutes afterwards to take some calls, so we will speak to that at the end of today's session. For those of you joining on Facebook Live, we encourage you to reflect on the answers yourself, or if you have a sheet of paper, just write the answers down. So, my pleasure to hand over to Kendra Strudwick to lead us through the next portion of our session. Thank you, Kendra.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Nice to see some familiar faces and names. Let's start with an arrival activity and just follow my instructions. Breathe. Breathe again. Smile. Relax. Arrive. Where you are. Be natural and open to effortlessness. To being. Rather than doing. Drop everything. Let go. And arrive. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more focused and present than you were a minute ago. I'll lead us through our next activity, the labeling exercise, which allows us all to pause and tune in and notice how we're feeling at 8:18 this morning. Sometimes we can express that through language, so a word. So you might be feeling anything from ready and raring to go through to overwhelmed, sluggish, I need a little bit more sleep, and could be anything in between. So it could be a word or two that capture how you're feeling right now. It could be a colour, a combination of colours, and of course it could be a picture. So it doesn't matter how you express or label how you're feeling. What matters is that you take time to notice how you're feeling and to double click into it and see if there's something else underneath that needs to be acknowledged and witnessed. What that does is dampen down your limbic brain and help you focus. So I'd like to invite you all to check in with yourselves now and notice how you're feeling. Just 20 seconds of silence to do that. And see what might be underneath each feeling. And if you're ready, I invite you to use the chat box and let us know how you're feeling today. So you can type the words that describe it, or you can type the colour that describes how you're feeling today. So please use the chat box and let us know. I just notice I'm feeling a little bit irritable today. I found some bills that I hadn't paid that I thought I paid, so I'm about $5,000 poorer. Thanks, Aisling. Bit nervous, so much going on. I can appreciate that. Kevin's already feeling focused. Tim, just lost your post. There it is, anticipation. Katie's relaxed. Ronan's excited. Nice combination. I have to read Trisha's, a bit freaky positive, highlighter green today. I'm waiting for the crash down. Might be some sugar there too, Trish. And Justin's a mix of happy and uncertain. Thank you all for taking time to check in. We encourage you to just do this periodically throughout the day to help you hold your centre. What I'd like to do is to move on and share with you our 3 pillars that Ronan touched on, the 3 focal areas that we encourage you to pay attention to each day. So the direct is about where are you directing and paying attention? What are you tuning into? Where's your focus going? The move is how much movement and activity are you getting into your days? And the connection, the social connection, the reaching out to others. What I'd like to do is spend a bit of time in Connect today. And we haven't had much of a chance to connect. It's been a bit one-dimensional. And so I wanted to get to know some of our regulars and give you the opportunity to connect as a group. So what I did is pick up a coin from my wallet this morning with the idea of just randomly seeing what the date or the year is on the back of this coin, and then invite all of you to share what were you doing in that year? Like, what was the highlight of that year for you? So it might take some of us on a stroll down memory lane as we all connect and share something about ourselves. So the 50-cent coin that I picked up is dated 2001. So just after the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, the following year, 2001. What were you doing in 2001? What was most relevant and the highlight of that year for you? Take a moment to reflect, and then let's type into the chat box and see how long ago that was for some people. So it's quite a long time ago for me. I think I was married in 2000. I had just completed my coach training at the end of 2000. So 2001, I was just trying to get my head around starting a small business. I hadn't had my youngest son yet, and I was still teaching nurses how to take blood. Like, that was my living. I used to stick needles in people for a living. So I say I used to take blood and extract blood. Now I extract insights and wisdom from people. But that sums up 2001 for me. What have we got? Oh, big move for Trish. Moved back to Ireland from Oz. Ronan watching the British and Irish Lions playing in Australia. Oh, yes. Aisling was living in Boston during 9/11 and remember being at your lab and feeling scared. Weird to feel it again. Yeah, that was a big year. Kevin, I just left school and was working in a cinema before I started university. Oh, what a great first job that is. What child wouldn't want to work at a cinema? Love it. Justin, first semester of college, first time leaving hometown and going off on your own. Oh, I remember that part of your life, so exciting. Graduated from bar school and moved back to Manchester. Thank you, Mickey. Left home traveling for a year through Asia, Sumatra, Singapore. What a bunch of adventurers we have. Thank you, Jody. Who haven't we heard from? Haven't seen anything from Tim come through. Come on, Lynn, get that phone working. Let us know what you were doing in 2001. Have we got anything from Katie yet? No. I encourage you to type into the chat if you can and let us know what that period in your life held. Come on, Nadia. Type into your phone. Okay, first year of senior in high school. Were you one of the study kids, the smart kids, the sporty spice? Curious to know. And Tim left Telstra and went travelling around Australia for 6 months. I can definitely see the thread of adventurers, pioneers, travellers, meeting new friends and starting volleyball. Hopefully you've kept the volleyball going, Katie. Thanks for allowing us to get a sense of who you are on the line and get to know you a little bit more. One of the things that we'd also like to ask you is, what are you enjoying? What do you want more of? And what do you need from these forums? So we can co-create whatever we need. If you want more tools that you can use, if you want to know more about, well, how do I get the most out of my brain each day, what is it that you're needing most? Are you needing emotion regulation strategies, mindfulness strategies? What do you want? Let us know. Again, type into the chat box, and that way we can be a little bit more targeted. We've had a few people stay online and ask us some questions around specific challenges that they might be dealing with in their personal life. And if enough people have the same challenge, then we can look at bringing more information in to support. So tell us what you want, folks. What would you like from this forums? Any topics that you might be more interested in? Type them into the chat box and we'll just get a bit of a sense of what we can co-create together. And some of you might be just, I like the novelty of it, something different each day. Completely fine. Thanks, Katie. So more emotion regulation, dealing with difficult people, okay, and boundary setting. Some great topics there. Focusing on the positive. Thanks, Nadia. Maybe some useful strategies for practicing mindfulness with kids. Fantastic. I'm waiting for the emotional crash from being so positive. I've got a bit of survivor guilt going on. Maybe that's why I got the bill this morning. Maybe some useful strategies. There we go, same one. So keep the requests coming in, folks. We'll try and deliver on what your particular needs are. Rhoda, would you like to take us through the scan today?
Absolutely, Kendra. Thank you very much for a trip down memory lane there from 2001. Really enjoyed that. So welcome everybody just to spend the last remaining moments scanning our 3 focus areas. So in terms of direct, take some time to think about what would be the biggest impact of your focus today. If you were to focus on one thing today or tomorrow, what would it mean for you? And focusing on movement. We have a big theme about creativity here. So is there something you could do today to be a bit more creative in the movement space? I've seen a great example in the last couple of days of a group of people creating a WhatsApp group, and they have to share a short video at the end of their movement with the rest of the group. So it's part motivation, it's part support, and it's part accountability. And I guess which one of us couldn't do with a bit of accountability as well? So maybe that's the way to focus and support you to move today. So just take a couple of seconds to think about what you could do to move today or to support you to move today? And focusing on our last pillar, connect. I've had some conversations with people over the last couple of days who have said they've had the opportunity to reach out and speak with people who they have maybe not spoken to in a number of years, or maybe life's gotten away, or they've had a bit of a falling out. And they said they've now had a reason to reconnect with people. So what if we could take the first step and reach out? Maybe it's a conversation we've been putting off. Maybe this could be a time for healing. So is there someone that you could reach out to today or tomorrow? Just invite you to think about that. And we've just come up to 8:30 here. It's the end of our Cred.15. Wishing you a wonderful day ahead and a good night's sleep for those who are finishing up your day. We'll be back here again with the Cred Evening 15 at 5:15. Thank you very much.
Have a great day. Thanks, folks.